guys, and welcome back. This is Deftspider again. So we're going to go ahead and start on episode 4 for the tutorial guide. So as you can see, we've gotten quite a bit done. I've gone ahead and gathered up a few more sticks. We've got the firewood stacked up. The house has been built with a wraparound porch. I've gone ahead and taken liberty to do a bunch of gathering. So we've still got some clay left, tons of plant fiber. Looking good on just basic random supplies. Now hopefully at this point you've been listening to the guide so far and saving all of your biofuel, all of your spoiled food and any extra meat and food that you don't need. What I like to do is I just gather all of it together, put it in one chest, and just let it go bad. And we will use that here really soon. But for now, the next thing that we need to do, that we need to focus on, is getting these windows knocked out. We're still in the summertime, so we have time, but we need to finish our windows. And most importantly, we need to get to forging. So we're going to go to placeables, others, and then right here's the stone forge. It takes 25 small stone to make it. I like to make 4 to 6 of these initially, and then eventually you can just increase to as many as you want to run. A lot of people say the magic number is 9 to 12. So we're going to go ahead and set a couple of these down and then go ahead and build them out. See how many we can fit against this wall. Come on, there we go. Alright, so we've got 5 down. That's a good starting point. And like I said, I've gone ahead and, like I said, hopefully you've saved your bark chips. We're going to use that for fuel initially. And then gathered up enough stone here. I've got chests full of stone. So we're just going to hold down the Alt right mouse button and move the stones out of the chest and into our inventory. And later on we'll make a stone basket, which is better for carrying stone. But for right now, all we have are chests, because we need an iron ingot to make the baskets. So we'll get these knocked out really fast, and hopefully if you're like me, you've been lucky and have had Vambies come by your village. As you can see, they've dropped me some iron ore. The copper ore comes from the stone that's already here, and then some iron fragments have also come from the Vambies. So what we can do when we get the forges going is we can smelt these small stones down, and that will give us iron fragments. And like I said, 5 iron fragments will make 1 iron ingot. And our focus right now is to build the workbench placeable, a log cart, and a drying rack for meat. Those need to be your 3 priorities at this point. And from there we can get into more. Of course, he's going to attack while I'm over here weighted down. And there we go. Get our spear out. Figure out where he's attacking from. Oh, there he is. So I like to sprint backwards from them, and then I just hold right mouse button and then throw my spear. I put my reticle a little bit to the left of his face, and that usually compensates for the travel distance. Let's see, so he just gave us some bandages. That's always good. And we'll just get these chests emptied out a little bit as we have the forges ready to go. Alright guys, and there's the forges. So the next step, let me see which one of these. We'll go ahead and put this back in. What I like to do before I light my forges is I like to go ahead and put my ore on them. And we can go ahead and grab our fuel. We'll have to load those up. Like I said, you can burn anything you want to, firewood or bark chips. I'm going to use the bark chips because they're plentiful. Alright, so then so you'll place your bark chips here. That's going to be your fuel. And then on top, you can just drag and drop. You can't alt right click or do anything to move things there or off of there. You have to just drag it into place and drag it back. So we went ahead and set 2 iron ore there. That'll give us 2 ingots, 1 per iron ore. And we'll do the same here. Go ahead and drop our fuel. And then these are the copper ores. We'll drop those. We'll need copper ore eventually. Or copper ingots rather. And then that leaves us with 1 slot, so we'll just grab these rocks. Take 1 rock and set it there. or two, well, yeah, 1 rock per hole, and then we'll add the fuel there. And 100 bark chips will max these out. So then we're going to go ahead and hit press E to open these again, and just drag the lighter over to the fuel icon and drop that down. And when you do this, you need to be careful because you can overheat depending on the time of year and whether or not you're wearing clothing. If you're freezing, these will keep you warm as long as your building's sealed in and closed off. So this would actually heat our building pretty well right now. Alright, so then if we hit E again while we're looking at this, you can see that the fuel is slowly burning down. All the ores smelting. So you see that when that white circle completes, these will change graphically into iron ingots. The stone will change into fragments, and then we'll just reload them with some more items. So while we're waiting on that, we can go ahead and grab some firewood and sticks for our 2 windows. So we're going to need 4 pieces of firewood. And we'll just grab all the sticks we can hold, roughly. Alright. So it's 2 firewood per window, and then 10 sticks, and then 5 pieces of glass. And I'll show you how to make glass in just a second as well. We can add our sticks back for all the extra ones we have. I always like to make sure too that my nutrients are pretty high up. Should be getting close to having these done now, so let's go ahead and grab some more rocks. Let's see, so we have 5 of those. We need a lot of this, because we should have enough iron ingots to build all the initial things I want to make. Alright, so to make sand, we need to make glass, we need sand, and then we need to smelt the sand into glass. So what we're going to do is go to open our craft menu by pressing I, click on the hammer and the anvil, and then put 2 stones there, and that'll make sand. That'll give you 10 pieces of sand. And we'll craft up 10 of those. And 10 pieces of sand will give you 1 piece of glass. That's 9 and 10. And then now we have the iron ingots here, as you see. Just drag those off. We'll drop our sand on there to go ahead and make the glass for the windows. Oop, I'm going to drop a rock. I want to get the glass out first. And like I said, it's 5 pieces of glass per window, so this should be enough glass for all of our windows. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit I, go to our book, placeables, and we're going to go ahead and build the workbench, because that's going to allow us to do bulk crafting and to craft a few more advanced items. So we're just going to place that with E. Go ahead and add 1 ingot, then we need 10 planks to finish it. So while the glass is making, we'll open one of these empty chests. We'll store these ingots because they're pretty heavy. Actually, we'll go ahead and we'll keep, let's see, 1 for the log cart, 1 for the drying rack. Keep those out. So I like to keep my drying rack over here by the pond where you're going to be fishing at. So you're going to go to placeables, food, and here's the drying rack. So we'll just spin it around, get it where we like it. To build this, we need 2 pieces of rope, 8 sticks, and 1 ingot. So we'll go ahead and add our ingot to it. We can grab 8 sticks from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add that, and we'll have to make some rope in a minute. To make rope, if you don't know how, you can come here to your itempedia, and I believe it's under, is it resources or others? Others right here. It takes 2 plant fibers to make 1 rope, but the best way to make it is to do bulk items with the workbench, and we can make 25 ropes at once using 50 plant fibers. But I already have 1 rope made, so we can go ahead and knock that out really quick. Well, I don't have it made. Vambie dropped that for us. And then we just need 2 plant fibers, which I have over here. Do an Alt, right click, and we will move those over. Go to our crafting menu. Wait, oh, I guess, okay, rope can only be made on the workbench then, sorry about that. Well then, I guess we will go and get our planks in a second. Let's go ahead and get the glass off of here. Need 10 of these to fill the forges back up. Pretty much you want to work while the forges are working. Later on, like I said, when you get up to 8, 9, 10 of these, you can just rotate through them constantly. Of course, we will get interrupted a lot, as you can hear. And he's on us. And when you hit him one time, if you don't insta-kill him by hitting him in the head, they'll run away, and then they'll come back. That's why I always like to just throw a spear at him and hit him. Because if not, then you'll usually take damage, and sometimes they will get lucky and kill you if they catch you at the right time. Especially if there's a bear or something hiding behind you. Alright, so we got that stone working. We gotta place our glass on the windows. And you'll see them change states. Now this building is going to be completely enclosed. So the temperature in here will be controlled by the furnaces and your coal heater once you build one of those. Now we need to go run and get 10 planks. So let's go ahead and throw this back in the chest out here. And I've moved all the my saws over here just because I ran out of trees. And since we don't have the log cart yet, it just made more sense to have them closer to the trees so I don't have to run as far. So there, we'll go to placeables again. We'll go to others. We'll go ahead and set down the log cart. It takes 3 wood logs, 1 plank, 1 ingot. We'll set the ingot on there. And then we'll grab our planks for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we've got our 10 planks. Let's go ahead and cut down 1 tree so we can finish this log cart because we need 3 logs to complete it. Remember, the small trees give you bark chips, plant fiber, and 3 logs. The logs do not despawn. They will stay there forever. So I try not to just leave them laying around just so the map loads faster. And here's the log cart, guys. So to use this, you can just press E. Your logs will load up on it, then press E to pick it up, and you can roll around 11 logs. So we'll go ahead and just take it back to the house. Just set it down. And come in here, we're going to add our planks to the workbench. And now we can craft our rope. So just 2 of those, and bam, that gives us 1 rope. I like to just bolt craft it, it saves a lot of time. So we're going to grab this rope so we can complete that other build. And store this in here for now. And this will be the drying rack. So we'll press E to put our ropes on there. If you press E while looking at it, you'll see there's 5 slots on it. So what we can do with this is we'll set meat on there. So let's go grab us some fish. Come here, bluegill. Thank you. Alright, I think we need 1 more. Since we don't have a tuna. Tuna gives the most, but the rest of these give like 1. And if you hadn't watched the other videos, just remember you press I to go to your inventory and drop the fish on the ground. Right mouse button, then left click on harvest. And that will give us the raw fish. So then we press E at the drying rack and we just drag and drop these. And you'll see that white circle again showing that they're drying out. Dried meat lasts longer than cooked meat. Cooked meat lasts longer than raw meat. And as you can see, our fish are slowly drying. And you can do this with the fish and with the raw meat, like the actual meat off the other animals. So that's raw fish. You can do it with the raw fish and like I said, the raw meat. For wintertime, I like to build 2 or 3 of these and have them loaded down right before winter hits because your ponds will freeze over, so there won't be any fishing, so you'll have to go hunting. But if you have 2 or 3 drying racks, that's enough to get you through the winter. Items on the drying rack will go bad and turn into spoiled food. They won't change states until you pull them off. And I don't know if he's fixed it yet, but there was a bug that when these go bad and you pull it off, it'll give you the spoiled food in your inventory, and then right here it'll still be spoiled food. So if you can't place meat on it, just hover your mouse over it and there's probably spoiled food still hanging there. So pretty much if something spoils on the drying rack, you get 2 pieces of spoiled food, which is good because 3 spoiled food will make us biofuel, which we can do on the workbench. All right, so here's our iron fragments coming up a little at a time. And you can put these fires out with water if you want to. So I think I'm going to do that right now so we can go over some other stuff. Well, except that we don't have any water on us. And of course, always getting interrupted. And, oh, come on, give me some distance, sir. A little bit of distance. And like I said, always look a little bit to the left or right of his head. Well, I don't know about the right, but the left is the way I always look. And then I throw my spear at him. And so now that we got water, it should only cost 1 water per. And we're going to go ahead and put these fires out. And you just take your canteen to put out a fire and you dump it on the burn icon. Huh. I thought we could put these out this way. Oh, okay, there it goes. It just takes a minute. So when these go out, you'll just see the glow lessen on it, so where the lighting effect is off. And so it just took us 1 water each. We're going to drink what we've got left. So we've got windows, we've got the workbench. The next thing we need to build is we need to go into our inventory here. Let's go to Itempedia. We're going to want to build us a bow. So that's going to be 1 stick and 3 ropes. And we're going to want to go ahead and make the quiver, which is 2 hide and 2 ropes. So we'll run out here. Should have a full stack of these. Go ahead and store our fragments. We're going to come to the workbench. We're going to set the 50 stack on there. And we're going to hit craft. That's going to give us 25 ropes. Let's check our slots. We have no openings here, so let's go to the weapons rack. And we will set down our pickaxe. And I like my bow to be in slot number 4. I'm going to rearrange that. Come out here and grab us a stick. Press I again. Go to our self-crafting. Alt right mouse button. And I'll put 3 ropes, 1 stick, and there's our bow. So here's the bow for y'all. You aim by holding right mouse button, but you have to have arrows, so we need a quiver. So we're going to grab our animal hide. And I believe, if I remember correctly, we can craft this on ourselves. Oh, needs a crafting table. Okay, so it's 2 ropes, 2 hide. And just hit craft. It will automatically equip itself. So now we have the quiver over here when we press I. And we have a slot for arrows right here. So to do arrows, the best way to do those, you can craft them one at a time. We can't do bone arrows yet. We'll need the advanced workbench for that, I believe. But we can do, actually, let me make sure I'm not lying to you. So because we need bone shards. Yeah, advanced workbench to make bone shards. But we can bulk craft the stone arrows. The stone arrows will break every time, or not every time, but like every other time. We can craft 5 of those using 5 small stone, 5 feathers, 5 sticks, and 5 ropes. So they're kind of expensive sounding because there's so many parts to it. So we'll go ahead and make some really quick because the bow is the best weapon in the game. It's just like the spear. If you headshot something, it dies. Except for the bear, he takes 2 or 3 shots still. So if you're like me, you've been gathering your feathers up. So we've got 25 there. We'll just grab those for now. And then let's see here. Let's go grab some sticks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's just right click on the stick holder to get those sticks. Come back here to this and we'll do 5, 5, 5. And that's how you bulk craft your arrows. So we're going to make one more batch. So there's 5 sticks. Hold down shift, left mouse button to drag. We need some rocks. And the bone shards are a little easier just because you don't have to have so many rocks. Bone shards stack in this, like, they'll stack up to, I think, 50. Alright, So we'll just drop this on there and drop this. So if you had something started on the bench and then you hit E to leave it, it'll either fall off the bench or go into your inventory if you have space. And it'll stay in its separated stacks, which is nice. So now that we have 10 arrows now, so then we'll press I. And you just drag those over and drop them into your quiver. And now you just hold right mouse button, and you'll aim in with your arrow. And it works just like the spear. You just use the left mouse button to shoot it. Always go for headshots if you can, and you can retrieve your arrows just like you would, you'd retrieve your spear. And well, that, guys, will be episode 4 for the tutorial guide and how-to. At this point, you should be pretty well equipped to survive. I mean, I've shown you everything I can think of that should get you going. In the next episode, we're going to go over the mineral extractor, which will be using these spoiled foods and the workbench. And you'll add 3 of those, and that'll make you 1 biofuel, which goes into your inventory slot. They stack up to 5. It takes 4 of those to fill up a mineral extractor. And like I said, we'll go over that in the next episode, but that's just to show y'all why I said save all of your food, even if it goes bad. If you have extra, just stack it into a chest. I personally like to do a lot of fishing and fill up 2 or 3 chests and just let it go bad while I'm doing a bunch of foraging or working on other things. And that way, by the time you get done making enough ingots to make your extractor, you'll be ready to go. So I'll probably do that off camera before the next episode. And I advise everybody else to go ahead and do that, is to get just do a bunch of fishing. The fish spawn really fast, and that's the easiest way. And just stack all that raw meat into a chest. Alright guys, so like I said, that's the end of the episode. If you like what you saw, be sure to like and subscribe. And check out the next video when it releases. Thanks for watching, guys.